Hey guys, welcome to this week's edition of Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain, and I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Make sure you go to our Facebook page, Wild Kentuckiana Live, like it. We'll be doing some giveaways soon on there. But first of all, I want to start out with this whole show is going to be dedicated to our hunting team that we have on the Pursuit channel. It's Lights Out Outdoors, and I know you've heard me talk about it a few times, and I've got the whole guest here tonight, so you're going to see everybody get switched in and out on different segments after commercial breaks. But first of all, we got our main four guys up here. I've got Justin Renault, Chris Redmond, and Jason McKinley. These are the guys that help me make most of the decisions, and that we are able to do what we love to do and hunt and fish and get to film it and put it on the air, and hopefully it's entertainment for everybody else at home. First of all, we have a Facebook page going on, and the next segment I'll be showing you a knife from Dexter Knife Company that will be given away. For the people that go to send the most likes to our Facebook page, we're going to give you a $225 tactical knife, and I'll be showing it to you next segment. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But go out, check our Facebook page out. There's a lot of pictures on there, a lot of information, and just everything we're doing across Kentucky, across the country. And we'll be spread pretty thin this year, and we're going to have hunts all over the country, so we hope to bring you some really, really good entertainment. Now, Justin, you head up our website. You do all the website for us. And we just added a new store to our website. So if you go to www.lightsoutdoutdoors.com, you can click on the apparel and tell us what you can find there, Justin.
Like Tom said, it's just getting started. It's been live for about 5 days now, so we're still kind of working on it. But pretty much we've got youth, women's, men's, camo, any of the regular color t-shirts. You can choose from about 20 different colors on there. If you're looking for a hoodie, they have those on there, different stickers. Right now, all we have on there is just our main Lights Out logo. Looking to put some more logos and get some different shirt designs here in the next few weeks. But just put your order in there, and it'll be shipped out to you within 2 days, and should have it by the end of the week.
And if there's anything on there that you do not see or that you want on there, just shoot us a Facebook message, and it's something that Justin can see. He'll add it to the website so you can order.
Yeah, if we can get it, yeah.
So there's a lot of options on that, so we'll definitely be able to help you out on that. Now we've got Chris Redmond here. Most people know Chris he's a local legend here in Kentucky. You played a sport of some sort. I can't remember. Football, maybe? Is that what it was?
Odd shape, ball.
Yeah.
It worked out well.
Yeah, it did work out well. As everybody knows, Chris played University of Louisville, still holds quite a few quarterback awards there, and played in the NFL and Atlanta Falcons, Baltimore Ravens. And so now he's hunting and fishing's always been a passion of his, thanks to his dad, Bob, who's always taken hunting. And so we're lucky to have Chris on board with us. He's been a good member, and just like all our guys have, they're really contributing their own ways. And Chris brings us the pretty boy atmosphere to us, so that helps out.
I don't know about that, Tom.
So tell everybody out there what we're going to be on this year.
Going to be on the Pursuit channel. It's going to be starting this June, 6 o'clock Saturday morning. So I'm really fired up to be, to show people what Kentucky's got to offer. So I think we got a great group. I'm fired up for it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully we have some great hunts. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun for sure, and we're going to be spread out everywhere. Me and you will be in Montana doing some filming, and doing a muley hunt, and we're going to have guys from Pennsylvania down to Texas. Justin here is from Texas, so we got the hookup down there with him for the Rios and some hogs down there. So that'll be fun this year to do. And then we got Jason McKinley here. Jason McKinley, boy, he's like our. He keeps his all-even kill.
You say so.
Jason's a fantastic hunter, a fantastic outdoorsman. Been doing it for a long time, and always successful, usually every year, and always comes through with really good footage for us. And if you've watched any of our past episodes on WBNA, you've seen Jason on there quite a few times. He's had a few airings on there with some buck kills, some doe kills, turkey kills. So Jason's a very big part of our show up here. Now, Jason, you did some shed hunting here recently.
Yeah, I walked today, probably me and a friend of mine, Ricky. We probably walked, I don't know, the Fitbit app says about 4 miles, a little over 4 miles. And,
how did it turn out?
Well, you tell me.
So this is what he's got, folks.
4 miles.
4 miles, this is what he come up with. He was wanting to shoot it this year, but I told him I'd probably need him one more year. so it wouldn't make good TV footage. So, but hey, it's still a shed.
Yeah.
It's one more than I've found this year.
I got to see a lot more than that shed in those 4 miles of walking today.
You know, when you're out shed hunting, it's not always about the trophy that you're getting. It's about seeing deer pattern, old rubs, old scrapes, trails that you normally would not see. Maybe focusing on a different part of the farm you typically don't go a lot to. Learning where the bedding's at, where the food sources are at. So this is a bonus, but you learn a lot more than just finding a piece of bone while you're out there.
Very true. Very, very true.
So guys, my next thing is, what makes y'all, what pleases y'all about being a part of Lights Out?
I mean, the camaraderie, as mentioned before, but being with the guys, hanging out with them, enjoying the good times. One of my best things I take out of it is capturing the footage. Once you got the footage, it's a memory you make for a lifetime. I mean, whether it's with your family or whether good friends or, the people we meet in the industry. It's what makes it for me.
It does. It does. And like I said, guys, this whole group, we got a total of 12 people with us, and they started out being friends, and now they're like family.
Absolutely.
Any one of them could call me at any time at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd go help them get out of their car, change a flat tire, bail them out of jail. I'd do anything for most of them, for all of them. So what's it mean to you, Chris?
Yeah, no doubt. Leaving the locker room, you kind of lose that camaraderie a little bit. And so to be able to be with you guys and kind of share that again, that kind of brings back some great memories of my past. But I'm really looking forward to hunting with my family this year. I got my little boy, he just turned 9, and he wants to get in the turkey woods this year. So, I'm going to really get him outdoors and show him, because I think there's lots of life to teach in the woods, and it's not all about video games. It's a lot about learning what's going on in the woods, and I think it's going to be some special memories for me this year. I'm looking forward to it.
It is. The more you can get these kids out in the woods, the less trouble they can get into.
Yep.
You see the thing on Facebook, if you get a kid in the hunt and he'll never have time or money for drugs or anything else, because it's a very expensive sport, and it's a passion of all of us, and we all like to get out with the youth and take the older generations and the younger generations, because the older generations showed us the path. Now it's our job to show the younger generations the right way to do things. Sure. And Justin here, he's like my second kid or third kid. So what's it mean to you, Justin?
Well, I mean, just like you said, it gives us, having the TV show gives us more opportunities to work with Fish and Wildlife, and we do get to take a lot of kids out and video them different outings that they have. So it really opens up a lot of doors for us, and I mean, we do get to hunt some pretty spectacular farms because of it. Can't discount that at all.
Well, folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk more with these guys right here. Be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain, and with me I've got Jason McKinley, Chris Redmond, Justin Renault, the core group of Lights Out Outdoors. And let's go over some of our, before we do that, let's talk about this giveaway we're going to do, folks. What we have here is a Dexter knife. It's a gut kit. It's got everything you possibly need. I think it's got a value of like $225. It's got the KP knife. It's got everything you need, and it even has the saw for it. These are lifetime guaranteed, made in the USA. So folks, whoever sends the most likes to our Facebook page in the next week will win this really nice knife kit. So make sure you tag all your friends in it and send them our way. So guys, let's talk a little bit about our sponsors. We have some really, really strong sponsors this year, and this year here has been better than we've ever had. Every year we're increasing our sponsorships, our viewers, everybody we're reaching. Well, I'm really proud of a lot of them, but probably the most that makes me proudest is probably Kentucky Fish and Wildlife.
Right.
I mean, those guys are, they're the reason why Kentucky's the premier place to hunt. Where it used to be Iowa and Kansas and everywhere else, Kentucky's overtaken them because of the strong job our Fish and Wildlife officers do, and our biologists do, and our commissioner does, and all the commissioners. They really do a great job, so I'm really proud to have Fish and Wildlife on board this year. Which one do you like, Jason?
It's glad to be working with the Fish and Department of Wildlife, yeah, definitely. I would say, we just picked up a new Advantage tree stands. I mean,
Yeah, advanced tree stands. Easiest tree stand, you hang the stem up there and your stand hangs on it and you're done. I mean, one person can hang it. Everybody knows how hard it is to hang a stand. There's a picture of it right there. It's really cool. It's definitely new technology, and we're proud to have them. We picked up a new bow sponsor.
Yeah, Tribe Bows. Yeah, I'm fired up to shoot those things. There's a lot of great bows out there, but this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to shoot. And I kind of trying to dial into a little bit quieter bow, and I think I might have found the right one for me. So looking to make some good shots this year, hopefully. Knock on wood, but we'll see what happens. But I'm really fired up about Tribe Bows for sure.
And I tell you what, Heath over at Tribe's really come through for us this year, and I'm really proud to have them on board. And hopefully, it's a long-lasting relationship we have with them. What do you think, Justin?
I'd say probably my favorite is HHA. You always hear people going from a 5-pin or 3-pin sight to going to 1-pin. They just, it's just something new they don't want. But I tell you what, once it's first 1-pin sight I've used, and it's amazing how accurate as can be.
I was telling a story earlier today. We was having a little meeting before we come down here. Was that HHA sight? Most people, their comfort range is 30, 40, maybe 50 yards for most people. With that 1-pin, I shot over a doe's back at 92 yards, and that's getting it. So
That's
if you do any elk hunting or big game hunting out west, I mean, that's the sight for you. They're the #1 single pin sight for 12 years in a row in the country.
Yeah.
They win awards every single year on it.
Amazing product.
They are an amazing product. So those guys, Chris over at HHA, we're really proud to have them. Of course, Dexter Knives. Dexter is.
This is mine, by the way. So
This isn't the one you're actually going to get. This is actually Redmond. So
it might get lost
one
in the
just
shuffle.
like
I know how
that.
these guys are around here.
But they make some really good knives. I mean, everything from a tactical knife to the kit there to fillet knives. I mean, and culinary knives. That's how they got their start in the business. Ozonics. I mean, that's a big pickup for us. Ozonics. We had a staff member, Bradley, shot a monster velvet, 160-so-inch velvet buck opening weekend this year, and he was using that Ozonics in his ground blind. And that deer come right at him. And he made a shot that I wouldn't have made, but it was successful for him. I mean, right in the brisket, right straight ahead. So it was a tough shot, and he did a good job with it. Of course, we still have Black Eagle arrows. They've been proven for us. We killed a lot of animals with them. Swacker broadheads. Swacker, I mean, it did a number on that hog in Alabama for me. I mean, it left a gaping hole on it. And so far, I've not had any issues of it not opening up, and it always complete pass-throughs, and it's devastating. And then we got Blue Water LED. What do you think about them, Jason?
I like Blue Water LED. They got some cool lights. Check them out.
Yeah, definitely do that. They're also in all the Bass Pro shops across the country. They got in there a couple of years ago. They've been very successful with Bass Pro, and they're setting the world on fire right now with their LED lights and their boat kits. I mean, you can really deck your whole boat out, whether it be a pontoon,
truck, whatever.
Truck,
Yeah,
they have
you got it
truck-like
right.
kits. They have bars that go on ATVs, UTVs, your trucks, in your bumpers, in your grill. I mean, it's
Pretty much any LED light you want, they got you covered.
their big bar. I think it's 64 inches. It's supposed to be at 100 yards. In a pitch black, you can read a newspaper with it at 100 yards.
Yeah. That night fishing's really getting popular too, down in western Kentucky, on
Absolutely.
Lake Barkley and Kentucky Lake,
Yeah.
and that's an effective way to catch some hot water fish there in July.
Yep.
So I think that'd be a great time to utilize that.
I tell you, one that really surprised us getting a hold of us this year was a hot sauce company. Who would have thought that a TV show on the Pursuit Channel would have a hot sauce company pursuing them? But we picked up Dat Hot Sauce. Go on their website, go on their Facebook page. Make sure you go like them, tell them Lights Out sent you, so they know that we're working hard for them. And do it for all of our sponsors. If you're using any of their products, go and tell them, hey, we love your products. We've seen it on Wild Kentuckiana Live. We've heard Lights Out Outdoors talking about it. This Dad Hot Sauce is some unbelievable stuff. They sent me some of it, and the guys tried it today at the restaurant, so it was pretty impressive. But, I mean, they're going to be a big sponsor for us. We're going to be flying down to Louisiana soon here to film a commercial for them. But, sometimes when you're outdoor industry, there's always so much marketing dollars to go around for all the TV shows, because it seems like anymore everybody and their brother has a TV show and they advertise, oh, I've got all these sponsors, but what they don't tell you is they're only getting 10% off. You know, so, you know, true sponsors really, you don't pay a sponsor to advertise them, they pay you. And that's what people get confused about. So, but just wanted to throw that out there a little bit. But these folks here at Dad Hot Sauce, make sure you go like them. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to bring 2 more new guys in, and I'm going to get these ugly mugs off here. And
Good move.
we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back, folks. Hey, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. As promised, I got 3 new guys up here with me, and these are just as important part of our crew as the last 3 that was sitting up here. For those of you who don't know how a TV show works, it takes a lot of people, a lot of manpower, a lot of time in the woods to put together a successful TV show. What you see in 30 minutes may be a compiled of 9 or 10 hours of actual footage that's in the field. So it takes a lot of guys, a lot of manpower. It takes everybody being on the same page and having the same passion. So we're very lucky to have all these guys that have the same passion as I do, and it makes what I do a whole lot easier having these guys. Now we got Jonathan, Ed, and Bob. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Ed, you've been on several times with me before. These are probably 3 of our newer guys to the team. Jonathan, you're probably the newest and the youngest.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you, Jonathan sent me some videos. He's a really good friend of Jason McKinley's. He sent me some videos of some stuff he'd done with his dad, and I was super impressed. So I definitely wanted to get him on board with this. It really makes a big difference having you on, because you do look at the little small pieces that you need to make a good video, and you do that. So we really do appreciate that. And Ed here, Ed's president of League Kentucky Sportsmen. Him and Bob both are with the QDMA. You're also with the league, so
Third district president.
third district president. So it's good to have these guys on. It's for knowledges for like food plots and different things like that. They're very, very knowledgeable in that aspect. And Ed has definitely coached me a lot in food plots, and Bob has helped a lot on the different food plots we've done. So it's great to have these guys here. And Jonathan, what's it mean for you to be a part of Lights Out?
Man, I really enjoy the charity work we've been doing. We take kids out all the time to go hunting in the blinds, veterans, elderly. I just really, really enjoy getting them out there, getting other people out in the woods.
And that's important for us as part of our mission of Lights Out Outdoors, is to, Ed, you all do a lot with the young too, and y'all do a big QDMA youth hunt. And it's important for us to get these youth out here, because we're not going to be around forever if we don't have our next generation. And it's important for all the lawmakers that support us in Frankfort, to do what they're doing, to allow us to enjoy what we're doing.
Right.
And Jonathan, you're exactly right. Taking these kids out and taking the veterans out, I mean, that's a ball. That's as much fun as hunting ourselves.
Right.
Now, Ed, what about you? What's it mean to be part of Lights Out for you?
Well, I guess as the token senior citizen.
Oh, you're definitely the senior citizen.
I've hunted all my life, but never hunted with a camera.
Right.
Never realized how much more difficult it is out there with a bow in a stand and waiting for the shot and waiting for the light. And it's kind of been a good learning curve. I'm really fascinated with all the inputs and different camera angles.
Right.
And all of that, and that's been a really interesting part to me.
And it was for me when we first started out, but now I'll watch a TV show. And honestly, I've not watched not one single Wild Kentuckiana live show. I've never seen a Lights Out Outdoor show full way through. I just don't watch them because I'm there, you know what I mean? And maybe it's because I don't like seeing myself on TV. It may be a part of it too, I don't know. But, now if I watch a different TV show, I can pick out all their flaws. Like, that's a recreate. That didn't really happen. I can notice all that stuff now, whereas before we started filming, man, it was the best thing in the world. I didn't realize the work they put into that. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the work is just phenomenal, how much time it takes, and camera equipment and expense. And for folks at home know, all these guys, they endure their own costs on their camera equipment. And these cameras are not cheap. And it takes a really good camera setup to pull off a good hunt.
Right.
And between second angles, third angles, and your main camera, and placements, and I've been had been pulled back and had Justin on camera and saying, not yet, not yet, not yet. I'm like, man, I can't hold this much longer. When is it time? So, it's all part of that. And, sometimes you don't get it. And it makes it hard now because now I don't go hunt at all without a camera. So I don't know what it's like anymore to go and just hunt for fun anymore because my fear is the big one will walk out and then I don't have a cameraman, don't have a camera, I don't have nothing, So, well, Bob, what's it like for you? I mean, you've got a lot of, I don't know how to say, a lot of vices as far as doing food plots and trimming trees. You do a lot of that and shooting lanes and all that. So, what's it mean for you to be part of Lights Out?
I think it's interesting working with the guys that are part of the crew. I pick up things from different people, whether it be the camera stuff that Jonathan knows, or pick up a little bit of the food plot stuff that Ed knows. The industry people that it's very interesting to meet these people. But I guess some of the things I enjoy most is going out with my friends and family, and then extended family on top of that, sharing the knowledge that I've picked up with other family members, whether it be my kids, my brother, my friends. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and everybody, if anybody tells you they know everything about hunting, they are such a liar.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because, we know what we know, but and a lot of it's taught from us from our fathers and our grandfathers and uncles and, people like that. But being around this group of guys, I learn stuff all the time.
Right.
Like, I was never really super experienced on making a mock scrape. Ed's very, very experienced on making a mock scrape. So I learned a lot when we did some segments for Wild Kentuckiana Live last year and learned how to properly do a mock scrape. So it's, you pick up, like you said, Bobby, you pick up a lot of different tips and different stuff from everybody. Right. Ed's not real keen on all the camera equipment yet, so he'll pick up a lot of that from me or Jason or somebody else. It's all a learning curve. And that's what makes a really good group is when we all can learn off each other. And what's really, really impresses me about our whole group total is there's no egos.
Agreed.
Everybody's equal ground, everybody does their thing, and, we're just all like family. So, it means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to you all.
It is.
It's a whole lot tougher. You've got, with your camera guy, you've got one extra guy to camouflage, you've got double the scent. Hanging the extra stands. It's been a lot of fun learning it.
It's a lot of work too, though.
A lot of work.
But it's part of it, and when you get that one shot and your cameraman, because when I'm on the camera, I'm just as excited as the guy shooting.
It feels just as successful.
I know you were on the camera from Brian Sneed this year, and he shot his doe with his Athens, and being behind that camera is just as cool as being with that weapon.
It felt like I shot it.
I know.
Didn't.
Right, and that's what's great about it is you get the same anxiety, the same, worry that you get when you're drawing that bow back. And Brian was on camera for me when I shot my doe a couple weekends into the season, and my whole hunt didn't go well. I dropped an arrow out of my bow and it hit every run of my ladder all the way down. And she allowed me to go ahead and re-knock back up, which was devastating for her in the end. But, it was just fun to share that experience with somebody else there besides just yourself. Folks, stay tuned when we come back. We're going to have a couple more Lights Out guests for you. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we'll be running a lot of guys through the set tonight, and these are all members of the Lights Out Outdoors team, and they all do a great job, and they all have a special interest and a special job they do for the show that makes it all come together in the end. Don't forget to go like our Facebook page for that giveaway for the Dexter knife. Whoever sends the most likes to us is going to get a wonderful knife from a great sponsor, Dexter. One sponsor I did forget to bring up that I really want to talk about for a second is Altera Alpaca Socks. When we're out hunting, everybody has to wear socks, and it's important to have comfortable, warm socks. Altera, they make nothing but Altera animal socks. It's amazing. It's 30% warmer than wool. When it gets wet, it dries just like that. They're comfortable. We use them in Kansas. We walked miles in Kansas turkey hunting, and never did our feet get hot or sweat, or they just felt like you're walking on carpet all day. So they don't have online sales, unfortunately. They're working on that, but you can find them at a lot of different retailers. If you're in the Barstown area, Barstown Mills carries them. They have a lot of contracts. Police departments wear them, fire departments wear them, military wears them. So they're really good company, and they're based out of Kentucky here. So it's also another reason we're proud of them. We always like to try to focus on our Kentucky companies and help those guys out because they're in our home state here. So with me now here, I've got two more guys. I've got Brian Sneed and Eldon Todd. How you doing, guys?
Doing good, doing good.
So these are Brian's fairly new with us. Eldon's been around for, I don't know, 75 or 80 years. Look at him. But these guys here, they're great camera guys. You were on camera on my doe this year. Yeah. Eldon, you filmed for me a ton. I filmed for you a ton. It's a really fun experience with you all. So tell us a little bit about why you enjoy being with Lights Out.
For me, it's the meeting new people.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know anybody on here when I first went on to Kansas with you. I knew nobody.
Let's tell a story real quick. I needed a cameraman something awful before we left for Kansas for a turkey hunt. I'd never met Brian in my life. His wife works for my wife, and so I asked her. I said, "Hey, see if her husband wants to go turkey hunting." And of course he did, because he likes to chase those thunder chickens around, and that's really his passion, is those thunder chickens and waterfowl. So it was the last minute thing, a week before we left?
Yeah, no, days. I think I got the phone call on Tuesday, and we was shipping out Friday morning.
Friday morning.
Early Friday morning.
Didn't even know Brian. He jumped in the truck, and we felt like me and Ed and Bob known him for 30 years.
Yeah.
When you get a bunch of rednecks together with the same passion, you can always get along.
Yeah, you get a 14-hour trip, however long it took us to get there, and by the time you get there, you're pretty good buddies by then.
That's right.
And I mean, just all the guys I mean, you've put together one heck of a squad here, man, and everybody's super. All the sponsors you meet, and they're all super, and to me, it's just the meeting the new people, and I mean, just making new friends and everything. It's just like extending your family.
It is, man. I really do feel like we have an A+ group here, and I can't say all shows have the group that we have, because they all don't, and I'm glad our group is this tight. And, our sponsors are really good to us. And there's some sponsors that we've had to turn down over the past that just wasn't a good fit for us. Not everybody's nice in this world.
No.
And,
No,
in the hunting industry, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Everybody's trying for that $1 they have. So, you got to find the group that works for you. And luckily, we found some really good sponsors that work for us.
Really good.
And good team members at work. Everybody works well together. Everybody pitches in. I've had people give up. When we had sponsors in on opening day of deer season, give up hunting a velvet buck opening day to film for a sponsor that comes into town, which is what we have to do. Sometimes you got to do some bad stuff to get the good stuff, and nobody wants to give up opening weekend of Kentucky archery season, but sometimes you have to do it, and I try not to ask the same people over and over because it wears them out, so we kind of spread the wealth around. Now, Eldon, tell me a little bit why you think you enjoy being with Lights Out.
Like everybody else said, hunting with new people, all great friends, mainly the hunting though.
Yeah.
Grew up hunting, started with my dad when I was 5 or 6 years old, been doing it ever since.
Now, Eldon's killed some really dandy bucks. Seems like every year he don't hunt but a piece of property. It's about 3/4 of an acre, but somehow he kills a monster off of it every year. I don't know what he's doing over there, but he's drawing them in now. What's your biggest buck to date?
I haven't really measured them out, but I've measured quite a few. Never measured my own. My biggest, not really that big, maybe 145.
That's still a quality deer. I mean, I don't care whose eyes it is. I mean, you kill a 145-inch, 3.5-year-old deer. I mean, that's a quality deer all the way around. Mm-hmm. Now, Brian, you love that waterfowl, don't you?
I do. It's I think that's why I like turkey hunting and waterfowl hunting so much, is the communication you have with your game. Mm-hmm. When it comes in and you harvest that animal, you're the reason it came in.
Right.
I talk to it. I convince it that.
What do you tell
I convince
it?
Just dirty things.
Dirty things.
I talk dirty things, real dirty. And and then when you finally get to harvest it, there's a satisfaction there.
Right.
That comes with knowing that you're the reason he came in. And it's just not, it's like scouting and your deer comes in. You put all that together, but when you grunt a deer in and rattle him in,
right.
That's a cool feeling.
Now, Eldon, what's your favorite animal to hunt?
White-tailed deer.
Is it? It's mine too. I like turkey hunting, not so much on waterfowl. My dad always told me sissies hunt waterfowls, but I never did do much of that.
We do.
But turkey and deer, but deer is my favorite, man. There's nothing like watching that sunrise and, this, and you know, hear those leaves just chomp, chomp, chomp. You know, with a squirrel, chipmunk, or a deer, and your head's on a swivel.
Yeah, buddy.
And boy, you can sit there for hours and hours and hours and just watch God's nature, God's beauty. And when that deer comes in, boy, it gets me jacked up.
Yeah, buddy.
Bow hunting, more exciting.
Bow hunting.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes, big
Bow
time.
hunting is to me more exciting. I mean, it's different because, you know, most people can shoot a gun 100 yards and kill an animal, but when you give him 20, 15, 20 yards, 10 yards, that doe I shot shoots about 9 yards.
Oh, that might be stretching it out there a bit.
So it's really cool when you can get them in that close, and it's a little more one-on-one, a little more personal with them. And the bow hunting's probably my passion too, and I like muzzleload hunting. You know, that's fun.
old smoke pole. Yeah, it's good.
You get one shot, you gotta make it count, and anymore these muzzleloaders reach out to 200, 225 yards. It's like shooting a high-powered rifle anymore. They hadn't, you know.
A lot more accurate too.
They are a lot more accurate than they used to be. And the guys, again, I want to thank you all for being a part of the team and helping out on all the preseason stuff that we got to do, you know, trimming lanes and food plots. We have just as much fun putting food plots
Yeah,
in.
buddy.
and-
Yeah, we had some times.
Then we do hunting. So it all pays off in the end. But I want to thank y'all again for being a part of the team. And, you know,
All
you're-
thanks to you, man.
You're like
That's-
family to us. So, folks, stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and we're going to have a couple more guys. Hey, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. Make sure you go check out our Facebook page for updates, pictures, future guests. It's Wild Kentuckiana Live on Facebook, so make sure you go check it out. Make sure you go check out Lights Out Outdoors Facebook page. We'll be giving away that really nice Dexter knife. Whoever sends us the most likes is going to be the winner of it. You'll really, really enjoy that knife, I'm telling you right now. Now, we got two more guests up here. We got Mike Hamlet and Tracy Taylor. These are the guys that we have on our team that are probably the furthest away. They're in Adair County. So, guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And these are our only two bearded guys we have, too. We don't like to discriminate, so we got to get these guys on. But this right here is really nice.
Yeah, I have to take exception to something you said. Redmond was bringing the pretty boy aspect.
Right.
I mean, I thought that was neat.
Yeah, you are kind of the pretty boy aspect. That big beard does it every time.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, tell us what we got
Don't lose
right
it.
here, Mike.
Well, I went on a little shed hunting trip, was it Friday, and was walking a big, really long holler, and unfortunately found a deer that had disappeared on me back in November. I think the last trail camera picture I had of him was November the 8th, and he disappeared, and I was hoping he had just managed to miss all the trail cameras I had out, but unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I guess however you want to look at it, I did come across him.
Now, is this a deer you hunted pretty hard this year?
Yeah. Myself and then a couple of the property owners around me were, you know, we all had this deer on our list of targets, and
So tell me this tag right here. A lot of people don't know about this. If you find,
yeah, it's a disposal tag, and if you find a buck that's, you know, both antlers are still intact with the
Right.
skull, you know, it's best to call your CO up, and he
it's
met
not
me.
best, it's mandatory.
Well, yeah.
You got to have that.
But I got in touch with one before I actually picked the skull up. Just he gave me the verbal. He couldn't meet with me then, but he met me the next day at work and gave me that disposal tag.
Yeah, so folks, if you're out shed hunting and you find, you know, like you said, both antlers are attached to a skull, you need to call Fish and Wildlife. They will give you a disposal tag. You're really supposed to have it on everything before you transport it out. But like Mike said, they can also give you a verbal and then drop it off to you at a later date. As long as you know who your game warden is that gave it to you, the name, you should be in good shape. But I see people all the time carry these around without any kind of disposable tags. There is a penalty for doing that, so make sure that you do watch that. And that's a shame, man. How do you think it was old age, or do you think maybe poached, or do you think somebody shot it and just couldn't retrieve it?
You know, it's really hard to say. There's a lot of people that move into that area gun season. You know, he could have been hit by a car, injured. You know, a fight with another buck even. You know, that's a stressful time of year for bucks. People don't realize it, but you know, it's hard to say.
And you know, it is hard to say, but you know, with no other remains, it's just all speculation.
Yeah.
Now, folks, these guys right here, they produce a lot of footage for us every year. Any of the trapping footage you've seen, or mostly all the coyote footage you've seen, these two guys here have done. They're big on coyote hunting. And have y'all had any success this year?
We've killed one or two.
I think it's been a couple we caught in, but we've not had the time that we've had in the past to get out as much as we would like to coyote hunt, but we spent a pretty good week or two filming some trapping.
Yeah, I know y'all got a really good friend there that does a lot of trapping with y'all, and boy, he's like a pro at it.
Oh, yeah.
Has he captured a lot of stuff in his traps this year?
Oh, yeah. He was, I think it was up to, on one farm, 15 coyotes. And
that's in a mile of one fence row.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you what, that really helps the population on the young deer and the turkey eggs and everything else out there. It's,
of course, makes those cattle farmers happy, too.
Absolutely, it makes those cattle farmers happy. I mean, those little young calves come out and they ain't got a prayer. You get that many coyotes around.
And just as a result of doing that trapping, you know, he's now basically able to turkey and deer hunt most all the property they have. And so,
yeah, because he's controlled the population from the farmers.
Yeah.
So, guys, what excites you all about being part of Lights Out? Y'all been a part of a few teams before in the past. And when Tracy had called me about you two joining up with us, I was really excited because I knew y'all's background and I knew what y'all had done. So I was really excited about, you know, having you all on board. What makes Lights Out different than the past shows you've been with?
Well, I think it's just like Tracy said, you know, the camaraderie. You know, some of the other shows that we were part of were farther from us. You know, you all are, you know, a little over an hour drive,
right.
But most of the guys anyway. But yeah, just being able to get together just like today and have, you know, where we met and now we're doing this. It's always enjoyable to do that.
That's right. What about you, Tracy?
Yeah, I mean, it's like he said, you know, we've done this for several years, and it's always been, you know, what venue do we want to go with? How do we want to get our footage out there? And I mean, we've been on a pretty big DVD with one of our coyote hunts and this and that, and you know, you want to do something local. It's like you said, the first show we were ever with, they were 2 states away, and it's hard to have, like, you know, a group of guys, we're all here together,
right?
And you know, you're communicating through the phone. It don't really work, and you know, some of the other things we tried, it just, you want something that's got a foot in the door and solid, and you know, we're not worried about where we're going to be next year.
Right.
You know, we're still probably going to be all us. It's going to be Lights Out.
Yep, absolutely.
And
you know, early on in our inception, you know, we were always worried about what's going to happen next year. But as the years went on, we've gotten more stable. We've got, you know, better sponsors, bigger sponsors, you know, better people with us, better footage. We're growing every year, and that's what a show has to do.
Right.
You know, we're never going to be, you know, the Bone Collector or Lee and Tiffany or any of those guys, but do we really want to be? Probably not, you know. We all work for a living. Everybody on this team works for a living. Some harder than others. You know, Justin Renault doesn't hardly work at all, but he grabs a paycheck, which baffles me. But, you know, so it's all about being together, and we are relatively close. You two are the furthest away over an hour, which is nothing, because like I said, y'all come up today, and we hung out, we had dinner, you know, we did a lot of talking, a lot of, you know, jabbing at each other, and then we come to the show. So it is good, and, you know, you guys are, you know, a big asset. Y'all turn in a lot of footage every year, and your footage is always just right on point. Y'all do really good with your DSLRs. You got killer B-roll, killer second angle stuff. So we're really proud to have y'all. Like I said, when Tracy called me, I was, you know, I jumped right on it because I knew a little bit of background about you. I didn't know you guys, but I knew a little background about you guys, and you were highly recommended when I called a couple of other shows you had been with, and we were just glad to have you aboard here, and we appreciate you. And, you know, we're going to have a lot more years to do this, and it's going to get bigger and better every year. Hey, folks, when we come back here, we're going to do a little segment with Knob Creek Gun Range. They're a great sponsor of ours, and they've been really here from the beginning with us. And make sure you go support Kenny Sumner's in the game, and we'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to Wild Kentuckiana Live. I'm your host, Tom Chamberlain. Now every week we tell you about our great sponsor, Knob Creek Gun Range, and we go into all the different aspects of what they offer here at Knob Creek. And today we actually wanted to bring you on location and show you what they have to offer. With me I have Kenny Summers. Kenny,
Hi.
appreciate your time today.
Good to be with you.
Now tell me a little bit about Knob Creek. How did it get started and what do y'all do here?
My dad started a range years ago, actually back in the early 60s, and it's been a gun range ever since. And I started running the gun range in 1980. He turned it over to me to run and make it or break it, as you might say. So we've been making it ever since. So.
And you've done a great job, you know, across the country. I've hunted all over this country, and you know, you're more famous for your machine gun shoot that is known countrywide. I've been in Montana elk hunting, and they say, "Where are you from?" Kentucky. Well, they have the machine gun shoot there, so everybody knows Knob Creek as the machine gun shoot.
Yeah.
But it's not all you offer here. You offer a variety of different things.
Right.
What kind of weapons do you usually carry here?
We sell a good selection of handguns, bolt action rifles, semi-auto, you know, the black rifles, as you might say,
Sure.
assault rifles, revolvers, just a full slew of all of them.
And you have everything you need for, and we talk every week about Knob Creek Cow. You know, most of our viewers are hunters. So you have everything from any type of hunting rifle you might want, whether you want to hunt with a pistol, hunt with a rifle. Do you carry slug guns?
I have a few. I don't sell a lot of slug guns, but I do have a few. And anything we don't have in the store, we can order and
Right.
get it in here. So.
And then you also have the scope rings, scope bases, things of that sort. Everything you need, including ammunition, of course, to supply your local hunter.
Yes, sir. We sure do. We do mounting and bore sighting on the hunting rifles. So if anybody needs their scope mounted and bore sighted, we can take care of that for them. Then we have the range where they come out and shoot. Range fees just $10 a person to shoot for the day.
Right. And you also have a yearly, where you can do a yearly, right?
Yearly membership for an individual is $100. You don't have to pay the $10 fee when you come out. Just come out and shoot as often as you can afford to.
So, you know, $10 a shot or $100 a year. If you're an avid shooter, or if you're hunting, if you're setting in several rifles, whether it be muzzleloader, pistol, whatever you're doing for deer season, you can always come out here, and for $100 a year, you've got it. I mean, you can shoot as many times as you want to.
It's a bargain in every sense of the word.
It is. Now, let's talk a little bit about what you're known for, your machine gun shoot. Tell us a little bit how that goes on.
Machine gun shoot, we do that in April and October, and we have shooters that come from across the country out here to shoot because they just don't have the range to shoot.
Sure.
And some of the laws in the states won't allow them to shoot full auto, so we're fortunate enough that we can do that.
God bless Kentucky.
And we can do that, and we have the pyrotechnic charges and stuff that we get to put on the targets and blow those things up, so, you know, we got permits and stuff to do that.
What is the biggest weapon y'all have shot here at the range for your machine gun shoot?
We've had, I think they brought a 105 out one time just
Really?
to shoot. Yeah, and it does rock the world here.
I'd
so.
say it does. Sounds like you really got Fort Knox in your backyard when you fire that off. Now, what kind of things do y'all blow up when y'all ever had the machine gun shoot?
Target-wise, we shoot old car bodies, appliances, you know, refrigerator stoves, water heaters, wood and electric spools, old boats.
I've seen a bus or two, maybe.
We've done buses. I think the only thing we haven't shot up probably is an airplane
Right.
or something. You
Is
know,
that
so.
planning for the future?
If one ever come available, I guess we could take care of it.
Right. And it's a really good, and you have a lot of vendors here, correct?
We do. We have over 1,500 tables in our gun show area, which in the big pole barn area and around the drive as you come into the range. With I'd say it's about 225 different vendors.
And what kind of items are these vendors carrying? Is it all like new stuff or used stuff? Is it like bargain trading? What goes on?
There's a lot of unique parts and pieces for machine guns. They have machine guns for sale, ammunition, military surplus, just gun parts in general.
Probably a lot of hard to find stuff.
Oh, there is, yeah. And ammunition, they bring tractor trailer loads of ammo out here. So
Really?
it's a good time to hunt up some cheap ammo.
What kind of numbers do you see from the general public? I know when you drive by here, when they're having a machine gun shoot, they're parked all the way down 44 both ends. And so I know it's a good turnout, but what kind of numbers actually from the public comes out here and sees this stuff?
We normally have between 14 and 16,000 a weekend.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Not only are you, I mean, a lot of people from out of town, so you're really supporting, our local hotels, our local restaurants, and, you're really bringing an economic impact to our county here when you do these machine gun shoots.
Yes, sir.
And people seem to enjoy it. You can't go around anywhere in Bullitt County, Jefferson County, Nelson County during that weekend and people not talk about Knob Creek Gun Range because it's the biggest thing going on. So people plan their whole weekends right around your gun shoot.
Yeah. Yeah, there's folks that, just twice a year, they plan their vacation to come out to the shoot.
That's impressive.
That's their vacation, so.
And folks, so we've told you about Knob Creek every single week on Wild Kentuckiana Live, but we've not yet shown you. So this is exactly what they do here. They also offer, if you would like them, and you don't have time to, if you'd like them to set your rifle in for you, they do offer that service also. So make sure you come out here in Knob Creek on 44. You're right here close to the Jefferson County line. You're in Bullitt County, very convenient. They got a range official out there, so it's really speedy. You can go in and shoot, go out and get your targets, so you're not waiting around hours for everybody to clear. They really have a professional atmosphere. Everybody here knows what they're doing, so if you have any questions, you can speak with any of the staff. Kenny, you're here every single day.
90% of the time.
Right, so every time I walk in, I always see Kenny here. So get all your ammo here and check out their website. Their website will have all the important information for when the machine gun shoots are happening. They offer concealed classes here.
Yes, sir.
And you also do the Fish and Wildlife Orange Card certifications here.
Yeah, the Hunter Ed classes, we do those.
And you can check their website out for all the information, or on the Hunter Safety, you can go to the fishandwildlife.com website. It will tell you when the classes are here at Knob Creek. So make sure you come out and take care of these guys, because I tell you what, they're doing a great thing out here for all of us. They're really supporting our Second Amendment rights. So folks, thanks for tuning this week to Wild Kentuckiana Live. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that little segment for Knob Creek Gun Range. They are a great sponsor of ours, and they really take care of us here. So make sure you go out there and see them and see Kenny and the gang. If you need anything, they can set you up as far as ammo, guns. Check out their machine gun shooting. I believe it's April and October. If you've never been to that, it's a really cool atmosphere. A lot of big guns, a lot of stuff getting blown up. Who doesn't like to see stuff blown up? But I hope you enjoyed this week's show. I'm really proud of all the guys that we have on Lights Out Outdoors, and I'm really proud of being on Pursuit Channel this year. It's taken a lot of work from everybody to be able to pull this off for us this year. And we've got a great group of guys that really hunt hard, really do it the right way, the ethical way, and we wouldn't have anything else on our show but the people. So we're really proud of them, and we're really proud of Fish and Wildlife and what they've done to allow us to do what we do. So thank you so much to Fish and Wildlife, and thank you for everybody in Frankfort that fights for our rights to hunt. And we'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll have a special guest for you that you won't be expecting, so stay tuned next week.